Being a wizard is a fantasy I'm sure many of us have had. Flinging fireballs from your fingertips, electrocuting enemies with ease, and doing it all, dressed like a real goofy fella. But you never see them using swords and such weapons. Name one example of a combat mage. Exactly, you can't. That is a term I just made up. Blade and Sorcery is one such game that lets you play with the elements. Though I'm not sure why they put Blade in the title. My playthrough clearly reflects the average Joe's, and I wasn't allowed to use normal weapons, so clearly you can't in this game. With that complete B and S over with, let's get into it. Can you beat Blade and Sorcery with only sorcery? Rules are as follows. Fire, lightning, gravity, and focus are the only trees I'm allowed to use. No punches or kicks. I cannot kill enemies with any conventional weapons. I considered if I should be allowed to use telekinesis on weapons, but ultimately decided against it, though I can throw objects and furniture at people. Now I think it's about time to get into it. Meet Sir Henry Emerald Volundar the Mighty, Conqueror of Realms, Master of the Elements. Yes, that is his full name, but you can just call him HIV. I chose a fire crystal as my starter for a very important reason I'll explain later. I may start off with a fire crystal core, but I sure as heck ain't got one right now. It is currently waiting in the house, meaning I cannot cast spells, meaning I cannot do damage, meaning I cannot defend myself, meaning I turn into a little pussy. Acting like I'm not already one. Once I get to the house, I can unlock a basic fireball spell and finally defend myself. It takes 3 to 4 fireballs to kill someone with tier 1 of the fire tree, with each subsequent tier increasing its power on top of more abilities. Outside, I find a letter from the Baron. The people who sent me here, the DPS, or Dalgarian Protective Services, also know him, and he's gonna give me some advice on my current task. I don't know what the hell he or they are talking about. I have accepted no such task, but I may as well go check out his store. I give him a back shot for wasting my time, and head back home to start a dungeon, just to be slapped in the face by the travel map. No dungeons available, just the damned Baron. This time, I actually purchased some items. A low-level sorcery fit. This should improve my spellcasting time a little bit. Also, I find out the Baron is a moron.
That's a fine weapon you have there.
I thank him for his services and can finally get on to a dungeon.
Salutations! It is I, Sir Henry Emerald Volundar the Mighty, Conqueror of Realms, Master of the Elements, but you can just call me Henry. You may be wondering, why am I doing all this?
I'm wondering why you sound like a fucking nerd.
Shut up! Anyways, these tyrants who use weapons took over this world after some ridiculous sacrifice. Supposedly, the world was saved by some non-magical man. I don't buy a lick of it. I'm here to prove you don't need frivolous weapons to save the world. I also really hate water. Like, really, really hate it. Like, really, 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 really.
Alright, enough of that. I don't care about his backstory, and I'm sure you don't either. The great thing about fireballs is their long-range capabilities. My ambush may have failed, but this idiot still doesn't see me. As this room demonstrates, I, and Henry, both suck at the moment with fireballs.
Hey!
It's mostly a skill issue. I'll admit, if half of those shots hit, this group would have been way quicker. It takes so long to charge spells at this point that I frequently try casting before they're ready. Gonna need some better gear soon. These animals shoot at an unarmed, surrendering person. Surely every death here is completely justified from that reason alone. This corpse is very strange. First off, I didn't create it. Second off, it's pulling a stiff T-pose. Third off, it is partially burnt to a crisp. An enemy sorcerer takes this opportunity to hit me with a fireball. He gets multiple in return. In the game of rock, paper, scissors, fire always beats lightning. No, I don't think that one makes sense. Finally, the first Dalgarian ruin, with a supposed boss fight at the end. These mini crystals are an important part in Henry's journey. They are his main source of power besides the crystal cores, which of course means I will treat them like crystal, as in, I hoard it to no end and am willing to kill for it. My game bugs out and pretty much disables my left arm for a time until I fix it. Or maybe that was a side effect of the brain damage I suffered earlier from an arrow straight to the face. Brain damage won't stop me from pulling off some action movie stunts. And here we have the Golem boss, known as Hector to the community, known as Little Bitch to me. This is the reason I had to choose a fire crystal to start off. It is the only magic that can do damage in this fight at level 1. It requires a direct hit to break the crystals, which can be harder than it looks at times. Or maybe I'm just incompetent. Scratch that, I am incompetent. The great thing about these balls of fire is their long-range capabilities.
Whoa, deja vu.
The only reason this fight lasted as long as it did was my lack of skill. I did my entire Magicless playthrough, and before 1.0 dropped, I was on a weapon-only grind for a while. What I'm saying is, I will get better with time, just you wait. But first, it's time for Henry to choose the next crystal core.
Gravity, a fundamental force in physics that holds reality together. Having control over this school of magic will make traversal an ease, but more importantly, will make my enemies suffer. Mostly blunt force trauma.
There are way too many skills for me to cover all in this video. I'll just focus on the core skills and the most impactful side skills. People have made videos covering all 5 skill trees in their entirety, so I'll link one below if you're interested. Gravity Push is the tier 1 gravity spell. If you can't figure out the function of the spell from the name, I'm sorry. Sorry for the people that have to deal with you every day of your ignorant life. Hey, at least you're in bliss. Fireballs now ricochet, and gravity can now spread fire to others. Time to go kill some people. The gravity spell works well against unalerted enemies, but so far that's about it. That's fine, I prefer burning my enemies alive anyways. For some reason, it's the extremely close range shots I struggle with the most. Fireball Ricochet may just be the best upgrade I grabbed in this run. The amount of times it accidentally hit someone I wasn't aiming for is insane. I have a theory that they somewhat aim themselves towards enemies on the bounce. You won't hear me complaining. These early dungeons are insanely short. Back in my day, and by that I mean before 1.0, I remember long, 20-ish minute dungeons. And yeah, sure, I was setting them to the max length myself, but that's beside the point. I want what I want, and I deserve to get it!
Nice shot!
I may not be the best shot, but that doesn't matter much when dodging enemy fireballs is this trivial. The AI really cannot contend with long distances, though they do try their hardest. Ooh, hit him out of the park! Whoa. Henry, are you alright? You're shaking.
Nothing. It's nothing. Move on.
Well, on to the boss fight then. I am a missing master. Is this harder than it looks, or am I just a fat dumbass? Trick question. It's both. And I really suck with these balls. But fear not, I am getting better. Another boss down, another crystal core for our collection. Take it away, HIV.
Fire, a simple combination of heat, oxygen, and fuel. A fundamental tool in human history, there from the very beginning. A destructive force of nature that ravages everything it touches. Oh yes, I think I'll take another fire core.
Remote detonation. Now when I hit the trigger, the fireball I'm controlling will explode. Pretty nifty. The only other skill to note is Heat Wave, which I'll get into in the field. As you can see, it takes quite a few hits to kill anything. I'd rather just cast fireballs, which can kill quicker if aimed right. You will probably notice me committing quite a few acts of false surrender. Before you judge, allow me to defend myself. If my foe hesitates for even a moment, that provides me all the more chance to murder them. Need more? Well, I'm not part of any military, and I'm not officially engaged in any war. Alright, forget what I said earlier. Gravity is great, and green means go, and God is good. Oh look, we got a slaughter coming up. I made a big oopsie. I'll allow past Ethan to explain the predicament.
So, I may have gotten some map fragments and forgot to record. So as punishment, I will force myself to do, I guess a survival and, I also have outpost available. I'll do a survival and an outpost and just waste all the money I get at the Baron's Bounty on weapons I can't use. 161? Are you kidding me?
The survival paid 161, and you can just skip all the loot in a dungeon once you complete it, so I'd consider that a debt paid.
Dumbass.
I know. We got a dungeon full of enemies to kill, and some great tunes to listen to. Let's go. The Eridan Kingdom, more like the Eradicated Kingdom? Yeah, that's the best I got. Come here, come close, let me tell you something. This here clip is the most skilled thing you will ever witness. It is so skilled that I didn't even recognize it in the moment. Henry has taken blow after blow to the head. His magic prowess must be protecting the brain from any serious injuries. Need more convincing Heatwave is pointless? It acts like a fire punch to NPCs, but won't do anything to these crystals. Back to the balls, I guess. I prepare for the deflection of a lifetime, and then... What the fuck, man?
Gravity gets groups going. Going where? Here, there, everywhere. Like the tortoise and the hare, I'll tear and wear my enemies down. Turn them into clowns. Is that sound?
What in God's name are you on about? Tier 2 Gravity Core. It's not that complicated. You may have missed it, but I've been reclaiming staves every now and then. Right now, they are pretty useless for me. The good staff skills don't unlock until tier 3 of any core, and I'm not allowed to use an imbued staff as a melee weapon. So for now, they're really just props. Really just trying to avoid paying for them later on, even though I can't recall seeing any in the shop in this entire playthrough. Tier 2 of the Gravity Tree is my personal favorite, because it makes traversal an ease. Never again shall I miss a jump or have to climb small heights. Henry may be a sorcerer, but he is still human. Sometimes a man's just gotta eat a freshly cooked sausage. You can tell my gravity magic is significantly stronger now. Unalerted enemies don't stand a chance. In fact, they will never stand again. During the last section, something strange happens that I only caught in editing. Another burnt, T-posing corpse flies in from nowhere. I had tunnel vision on the enemies I was after, so I never even noticed it. In the grand battle of fireballs, I reign supreme. Any who challenge me are insane, suicidal, or both.
Shouldn't I be getting that compliment?
Shut up! My channel, my rules. I can blow myself till the cows come home if I want to. In fact, I just may. I will. I go on a small Minecraft detour before demonstrating Henry's abilities. If he were permitted to use weapons, his sword would be able to pierce any surface like it was softened butter. Good luck yanking that out of there once it cools off. Henry can make legends like Excalibur whenever and wherever he wants. I honestly thought stealth would be entirely absent in a magic-only playthrough, but here we are. Blade and Sorcery proves once again that it is the best stealth game of all time. This library allows me to demonstrate the true power of magic. Foe after foe vanquished without a single weapon in my hands. Who needs weapons when you are a walking force of nature? I have to put a disclaimer before this next clip. What follows is shocking and horrifying. Be warned. This guy was just helpless against my gravity, actually starting to feel a bit bad for him. That won't save him, of course, just make his death a little less enjoyable for me. Look at this! I found a chicken friend! I hope nothing bad happens to him immediately after I stop talking. Before the next Dalgarian run, I pick up some new accessories from BBs. What are those? Ooh. Wow, what a shot. I told you I'd get better with these fireballs, didn't I? We are one boss fight away from Henry becoming a master of fire or gravity. Unless, of course, he falls.
I was almost killed in that fight. I was not in my element. I made mistakes. I'm still here only because of luck. I am not prepared to master neither fire nor gravity. No. I need focus.
What? Right on the cusp of becoming truly powerful, Henry made a real ass of himself. Ooh, look at me, the mind is your true source of power. Meditation, yoga.
Did someone say yoga?
If you wanted focus, you should have gotten focus in the beginning. Now we're up against a new, more powerful faction looking to use your weapons against you. Meet the Eye, some sort of magic-obsessed faction. You'd think they'd get along with us, but apparently not. Guess they have a main character bias.
Do they seriously think fire will stop me? Fire? My starting element? Fools!
Oh, I know! How about you use your mind to get yourself out of this one? Oh wait, you can't, because it just got fried by 300 million volts! Luckily for Henry, the next dungeon is just the Eridan Kingdom again. Something crazy happens during this next clip, and I'll just let my live reaction speak for itself.
Holy shit! How did that happen? How did I sever her leg? That must have been her weapon.
Gravity and fire work well with each other. Fire deals some damage and makes them stumble back, wherein gravity is able to fling them hard enough to kill them. Fire alone is also great, especially when I stay up high and snipe from afar. That's not to say I don't use gravity on its own. I do. Ooh, that guy really got it. Makes you wonder why these people set up dangerous objects all around the place. Well then, we got an eye dungeon ahead. How are you gonna get through this time?
I won't give them the chance to strike.
Jeez, Nice, alright, you made your point. The end fight of this dungeon provides some intense kills, and a brand new weapon.
The day I almost died. Every time I relive that moment, I feel helpless, drowning in my failure.
Sounds like a fat L to me. Next dungeon. This courtyard was a pretty intense battle. I'll be honest, these sorcerers willing to attack their own kind really disgust me. Henry is just a simple man trying to acquire more power, as any of us do. Throwing shit around with telekinesis is always fun, but occasionally leads to unintended consequences. This is the fireball version of a leg sweep. Enjoy. And surprisingly enough, that was the end of the dungeon. This Dalgarian dungeon is full of scum. Sorry, the Eye. They may think their magic's superior, but my magic is more plentiful. Quantity always beats quality, as they say. These Thunderbolt attacks are Henry's primary weakness. Apart from solid cover, there is no way to avoid them. That is why I try to kill them before they can cast a single spell. All of that room was optional. The exit was at the top where I came in from. No worries, I got my thrills, and Henry got more experience. I cannot believe this lady survived that force blast. I better reward her by granting a wonderful joke at her expense.
Dig your own grave while you're at it.
Another day, another golem. Let's do it. Henry, you may just be the only person in this game to suck this much ass. I mean, killing all the enemies, including the boss, and then dying? What the hell, man? Ah, shit.
Here we go again.
Got nothing to say anymore, Henry? Alright then, your actions speak loudly enough. It feels as if these Dalgarian ruins were made for someone wielding gravity magic. Massive chasms to cross and pitfalls to fall in. Anyways, you'd think the enemies would have the advantage in close quarters, but they don't. I do. Blasting them into each other with gravity and lighting them ablaze with fire really turns any small room into a slaughterhouse. Albeit a small one. No, it's the massive open rooms where I'm most vulnerable. They allow enemies to surround me easier, and ranged attacks can come from anywhere. But that only applies in group fights. Here, we have a good old-fashioned 1v1.
this lightning drains my magic somehow. If it is strong enough to sap power from a mage of my level, then it is a power I need in my hands. Tier 1 of lightning, please. Motherfuckers.
This I group is really obsessed with us, tracking Henry all the way to the home he barely uses. Well, we'll see how much they care when they're being electrocuted to death. Jesus, guys, just let me change up some skills. Have some damned patience. It's a virtue, you know.
Scum! Filth! Betrayers! They thought invading my home would stop me? I shall kill every last one of them as they try to do with me. And to help with that, one more visit to the Baron's bounty.
A new outfit and a spell tome that further increases casting speed. Now it's time to give the wild folk a visit. Pretty anticlimactic, but I'm limited by what the game offers me. It seems like gravity is a bit scuffed when used during or after lightning. Just look at it here. I call this one 10 flames per second. 2 beats 1 every time, loser. That may just be my longest headshot yet, but will it be my best? Keep watching to find out, assuming I don't immediately forget about this bit. That was a bloody battle. Well, not really, mostly burns, but you get what I mean. If you ask me, Henry is just letting off some steam in lieu of I-faction members to kill. There's gotta be a better term for that. Eyers, eyeballs, I-men/I-women, Ionites, I-faction members it is.
How about vermin?
Good one. It has been too long since we've had a classic dungeon music montage. Ayo, DJ! Can I get some fresh tunes? Oh yeah. Back at it with another Dalgarian dungeon. How absolutely predictable. It seems word of Henry is getting around. This guy decides to off himself rather than face our man. Have you ever stopped and really thought about how a world with magic would function? Short answer, it wouldn't. Long answer, whoa, holy shit, Henry, are you okay?
Heh, 'tis but a scratch. I'll be fine.
Okay. Long answer, people being able to create infinite electricity, conjure fire at will, and lift most objects with their mind, all of which requiring no external resources and having practically no cooldown, isn't the best formula for a thriving world. Let's be honest, this magic system in particular is made exclusively for killing. The boss fight really wasn't much of anything. You know how it goes by now. Another crystal core to make us more powerful. What will it be this time?
Fire is how my journey started, and fire will be how every journey ends. I'm talking about the sun consuming the earth. I'm talking about the heat death of the universe. I am talking about the destructive force, fire.
Well, the mysterious Dalgarian door is open, the end of the game likely being right around the corner. You gonna head in and finish this?
No, I still haven't mastered the elements. My journey is far from over.
Understandable. On to the next dungeon. Tier 3 of the Fire Tree gives me the ability to combine fireballs to guarantee any would-be enemy is set free, all of which makes me not sad. What does make me sad is dying at the end of the dungeon. What a waste of my time. If you didn't catch it, I killed myself. My fireballs are powerful enough now that exploding them too close to me deals decent damage. It really sucks when my main form of close quarters combat is fireball spam. And that is how you do a dungeon run. Ooh, that was a fat miss. Luckily, I'm not doing a one-armed run. This room really goes to show how OP spells are when you can charge them fast. Watch as I hardly even try, and yet, no enemies stand a chance.
Pow! Pow! Just to piss off all the bow nerds out there.
Get ready for this.
I have no clue where that guy ran off to, and frankly, I don't care. Ooh boy, looks like we got an arena in our hands. You know what that means? Many lives to snuff out. That was a punishing fight. Henry took multiple painful-looking hits. I wouldn't know. I'm not the one getting my ass pounded by all these large men.
Everyone be careful.
What a handy way to handle a boss fight. Handedly.
9.8 meters per second squared. That is how fast your death would be approaching if you cross me. Or maybe I'd throw something to break you in more ways than you thought possible. With full and ultimate control over gravity itself, I will be unstoppable. But I still need more power.
Henry can now create black holes on demand and smash people around with a gravity staff. Well, maybe that first one was cooler. Too cool. Do you know how powerful a black hole is? So powerful that this very clearly isn't one. If Henry could actually summon a black hole that size at will, not only would it kill him, but also everyone on the planet, including the planet itself. His skill in gravity and fire magic is unmatched, but lightning still has a ways to go. Let me just mention here how much I love fireballs disarming weapons, even though 60% of the time I wasn't aiming for their weapon. It leaves them vulnerable nonetheless.
You shouldn't be.
With those bills, I'd say that guy is better off dead. America! Fuck yeah! Youch! What a nasty head wound.
Ow! Damn! What? Can't hit your shots without using magic? My magic? You'll get what you deserve.
Back again to cause many deaths in a Dalgarian dungeon. How dandy. I want you to imagine all the pain this man is going through. Wearing metal armor while laying in water and being electrocuted.
You think you stand a chance? I have the power of black holes! Unlimited power!
Ooh, that didn't work out. The gravity bubble does actually do something, slowing the golem down while he's in it. That lightning beam really does screw magic users if it hits you. Damn, that Henry's gonna feel that in his ankles tomorrow, although he should be glad he still even has bones.
Is lightning just another form of fire magic? Who cares? All I know is it can drain magic somehow. And somehow, I will too. Lightning Core Tier 2.
I'll be honest, gamers. I have messed up in a major way. Major enough that it might ruin this entire video. During this next recording session, I left my mouse cursor on screen. The entire fucking time. Alright, it might not ruin the video, but it will be present for the time being. Subscribe so I can pay someone else to do my work for me. The mouse cursor on screen couldn't possibly hope to stop me from slaughtering these people in a survival. Whoops, I totally forgot to get the tier 2 lightning abilities before that survival. Now Henry can use a spell in his other hand to enhance his lightning, making it much more powerful. At this point, all it takes is a few flicks of my wrist to turn an entire town's worth of children into orphans. Does that sound bad? If so, remember everything shown here is Henry's choice and not mine.
That's a lie!
And you cannot prove that in court, which is all that really matters. The plan was to take this guy as a fireball hostage, but as you can see, no one cares enough about him to intervene. Let's call this what it truly is, a mercy killing. Well, you know what they say, lightning can't fix all your problems. Just most of them. Bit overkill, don't you think?
Is that the sound of an imbecile without a medical degree trying to determine if someone is dead or not? Didn't think so. I'll decide what is enough force. It took less than 30 seconds to clear that room. Weapons truly are incomparable to sorcery.
Oh, look how powerful your fire is. It's making the footage damn near unusable from lag.
Absolutely destroying my frame rate there. Holy shit.
The last enemy of this dungeon is hiding like a true coward, and so I deal with him as you would any coward.
Seems like someone isn't warm enough. Don't worry, I'll cool you off.
Okay, now you're just wasting time destroying vases. Get on with it. This may just be a more powerful sorcerer than Henry. Watch and observe. Yes, Henry got the kill, but that guy just turned a partially charged thunderbolt into a fully charged fireball and shot it, all without using his hands as he was stumbling back. That is not something Henry or any other sorcerer in this game can do. This guy is more powerful than his own world's reality. Sorry, was.
Lightning Tier 3 is the final core I need to become a Master Sorcerer, and now I have it. Who would dare stand opposed to me now? Who could hope to even stand a chance? Maybe the gods themselves? Maybe. And that's why I need more power. There is another tree I am but a student in. Focus. My journey isn't over yet.
What? I'm not putting up with your shit anymore. I'm calling it here.
We're done when I say we're done. I have more crystal to score, and I won't be stopped by the likes of you. Just sit there and do nothing like you have been.
Do nothing? Do you have any idea how much time this will take
You
to
dare
edit?
question
I have
me on my
investors
journey?
and shareholders
I
to
am the
please.
most
If
powerful
not, they're
sorcerer
gonna be
in
up
this
my
world,
ass.
and I don't
You
plan
have
on
no
slowing
idea
down
the shit I
anytime
have to
soon.
put up with
My
every
story
single
isn't
fucking
complete
day.
until I
Being a
master
YouTuber
everything.
is the
I
hardest
can
job
strike
you can
you down
have.
with a
Every
turn of
morning
my
I wake
hand.
up and wonder
Shut
if this
up!
is finally
Shut
gonna
up!
be
Shut
the
up!
day
Shut up!
I
Shut
have
up!
the
Shut up!
courage to pull the trigger.
Hey you! Stop!
I'm glad that guy won't be coming back. Imagine if some sorcerer survived my attempt on their life and came back with a vengeance. No, I don't think that'll happen.
Man has gone down in history as a hero of the people. A simple man who sacrificed himself for the good of all. But that is because he left no survivors. Nobody to tell the tales of his brutal genocide against my kind. Except for me. I barely survived that fall. The only reason I did is because he kept me alive to extend my suffering just that little bit more. From that day on, I cut ties with all I knew and devoted myself to one thing. power. I am doing this to prove that I am better than man. I don't need him for anything. I can run this show on my own. Now, how do I add music? What about this one? Okay, I guess this'll do. Thunderbolt sure is effective. I bet these guys feel shocked. You know, because of the lightning electrocuting them? Ow! These blows are but momentary setbacks. My enemies don't stand a chance. Fire! Lightning! Gravity! I am a god!
But alas, even gods can be killed with enough cuts. E equals MC squared.
But I thought you were dead.
Me dead? Ha! I'm a YouTuber! Way too much of a narcissist to kill myself off in my own video.
So, are you mad at me?
Immensely. This guy decides to show off his imitation of a Skyrim NPC death pose. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Well, would you look at that? Henry is a powerful enough sorcerer to break his own reality. What do you know? How about a nice fair round of boxing? Oh, you thought I meant boxing when I really meant boxing. All I can say in reaction to that is, holy shit! Well, that was quite something. But we can't have a music montage for a Dalgarian dungeon now, can we? No, seriously, can we? Is that an option? Who do I even ask? I can't seem to figure out who my boss is here. Many a folk are put in their place, as you've come to expect by now from Henry. He may have an STD, but that doesn't stop him from killing.
I don't have any STDs.
Oh yeah, because you're a virgin in his 40s. A 40-year-old virgin, if you will. Whoa. Hold on. It was just a joke. Whoa. Chill out. Oh, God. Just a joke.
That was a strenuous battle, but now I have tier 2 of focus, which means my journey is nearly over. But how will this end if he's still angry at me? I need to find a way to show how important this journey is.
Hyperfocus. It slows down time, but more. Don't worry, tier 3 is way more exciting. There is one rule any person must follow if they value their life. Do not interrupt a man trying to eat his food. This is basically a master sorcerer in his element. Taking down dozens at a time, blasting spell after spell, truly no one stands a chance. So why keep going? Just to waste my damn time? Not gonna lie, that was pretty cool. This focus ability that auto-triggers when a projectile's coming is pretty handy. Easily on my top 15 list. Did anyone ask for a double lightning staff kill? Maybe. Maybe not. But here's a few anyway. I'll be honest, I cannot believe this guy survived that slam. And later, this girl in the library. What is going on today? Granted, another slam was plenty to finish them, but still. This is it, folks. The final Dalgarian dungeon of the Sorcery Only run. It's been a long time coming. It may be the last one, but it sure won't be a tough one. Literally the weakest faction here. They really didn't put up much of a fight. Anticlimactic, I know. Maybe this boss fight will be better. Well, Henry, victory is yours. Now choose the last crystal and let's wrap this up.
Alright, Mr. Bobinator531, you sit there and listen because I have a few things I need to say. You are the best YouTuber on planet Earth, and nothing, not even your massive ego, can take that away. I have been subscribed with post notifications since the very beginning, and you are my favorite all-time YouTuber.
Alright, Henry, you won me over. I support you and your journey.
Then you'd agree that we should end on a high point.
Yes, I do. Let's get into it. With the third tier of focus, Henry can grab enemies with telekinesis. And with a mod I have installed, he can essentially force choke them. Being able to grab enemies with telekinesis is extremely OP. With a simple closing of my hand, their free will is made irrelevant. They can only move when I let go, and by the time that happens, they're already dead. One last visit to the Baron's bounty. Not to buy anything, but to sell everything, leaving Henry with a grand total of 20,000 coins. Say goodbye to the Baron! We head into the ancient ruin at home and teleport to a magical tower. How fitting for such a journey. Inside sits a powerful artifact, the Sword of Na. Damn, what a stupid name. The sword is booby-trapped and requires a puzzle to not kill yourself trying to take it. I use the most powerful magic of all to solve this one, the internet. This entire place is collapsing. It's time to leave, now.
The Sword of Na is mine. No being could dream to mimic even a fraction of my power. This sword may be a weapon, but I have proven myself already. I need no more handicaps. It's time to have some fun.
But at what cost? That tower was meant to save the planet from destruction. Destruction from the same force that powers your magic. There's a planet's worth of people who are now doomed because of you. Is this not a genocide many times greater than what man did to you and your kind?
Yeah, it is. Do you actually care?
Nah, I'd like to see some sword kills. The sword is great, it handles well, but more importantly it stores whatever you imbue it with, and works as a staff that charges itself. A permanently imbued weapon is OP enough, but a recharging staff on top of that? This is a wonderful endgame reward if you ask me. Also, enemy thunderbolts are useless. Well, that's it. The end of another Blade and Sorcery challenge. I am currently in the process of recording yet another Blade and Sorcery challenge, so subscribe if you liked this one, and maybe go check out my No Sorcery run if you haven't already. Comments are always appreciated, and I will leave you with the answer to the question on everyone's mind. So can you beat Blade and Sorcery with only sorcery?
Mad Top Hatter sucks. You should subscribe to the Bobanter 531 instead.